Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 2 of our In Vogue mini album. So last time we were doing the pages and we finished working on a few of the pages. I actually went back and made some decorative punches on the edges right here of the first page. So this is our first page. It sits like this and it opens like this and this. And then our second page is the pocket page. And then our third page has a decorative edge here and opens like this. And then on this side, we need to get started. And what I've done is already pre-cut the pages and stuff, but I'm going to tell you how we're going to fix it. Okay, so we're making sure that we have our page on the right side. And making sure our little pocket's the right way. Okay, so this is this page right here. So we're going to flip it over and put it on this side now. So now I have cut two pieces of paper that are 3 5/8 by 5 by 5. And then we're going to score a 1/2 inch tab on it, which I've already done. Okay, and that's going to live right here on the edge of this paper here. And I've done 2 of them. We're going to fold this back, and this is actually going to go onto this part right here, so that when we open our pages up, we'll have a double page right here. So let's put it together and I'll show you what I mean. So the first thing we're going to do is put some glue onto our little edge here. Okay, so I'm going to turn it sideways just so I can look at where my edges are. And we're going to put that down right there on the edge of the paper. Okay. Then we're going to take this one here, and this is going to live right here on this edge. So let's just put a little glue there. And put the edge down here like so. Okay. So when we open it up, it's going to open like this, and then we can extend the page out. So we have 2 pages there. Okay, so that is 2 pages. Now on this next page, we're going to do this one. And this is one when I said that we were going to do one where I had to put paper down before I did it. So this is a sheet of the paper from the collection, and I love this polka dot, and this is the one that had the dresses on the other side with the little Eiffel Tower, but I really want to use the polka dot part. So let me check my edges here, because you want to make sure you put it on right. So we're just going to add a little glue, and this is just a 6 by 6. I didn't do anything to it, because remember our pages are 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. So that's going to go down here in the middle. Now, this is another reason I use liquid glue. It's because you have a few moments of wiggle. I'm going to take this off right now because it's getting in my way. Okay, so we have that down. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our ribbon, because this is a page that I'm not going to use magnets on. This is the white ribbon that came in the kit. I'm going to fold it in half and measure it out in half like so. And then I'm just going to wrap it down in the middle, put it down in the middle. So what I'm going to do is take my ruler here. I'm going to use my plastic one, that way, my Tim Holtz ruler, so that way I can wipe it off if I get glue on it. But I want to make sure this is straight, so I'm going to pull this down put it in my square and get the middle of it. And then I'm going to put it on a line. And then I'm just going to put a bead of glue down here. Okay. Wipe that off. Then I'm taking the middle where I folded my ribbon, because I know that's the middle. And I'm just laying it down on the glue to glue the ribbon in. Okay. Now, we've got 2 pieces here. And these are from scraps that we had saved cutting off our paper. So these pages are 5 1/4. So 5 1/4 this way by 8 1/2. And then we scored at a 1/2 inch and at 4 1/2. So then we're going to fold this up. And this is even right here. Excuse me. So we are going to put this down, like right here. Center on that ribbon. So let's get some glue on here, on our tabby. And we're just going to place that on top of our ribbon. I'm just going to straighten that out just a wee bit. Okay. And then close that down. And then we have another piece that is the same thing. It is 5 1/4 by 8 1/2, using our scraps. And then we're going to score at 1/2 inch on one edge. And then that piece is going to go on top of this piece. So let's put some glue on that. And line this up directly with the edge. Okay. Now, so when this page is open, we can open it like this, and we have 3 pictures there. And then we can open it like this and have pages there. But I'm debating about whether I want to glue this back page down. But I don't think I do, because this can fully extend like this, and you get a lot of pictures on it. This is a small album, so I want to make sure we get all the pictures. Now we're going to take our ribbon, instead of holding this with a magnet, and tie this up. And then straighten it out a little bit. And then I just cut the excess off of it. I'm going to do the ribbon a little bit better, but for now it'll be fine. And then we can use these little pieces and part another. Okay. That's gonna bug me. It's gonna bug me. Okay, let's get this done. Okay, there we go. Now, so that is one, and I'll get that laying better. Now, on the back side of the page, we're going to do a little gatefold here. And our gatefold is, this is cut 3 5/8 by 5 this way. On the 3 5/8 side, we're going to score a 1/2 inch on both pieces. And they're going to live on the side of our pockets like this. But before I put them in there, we're going to do a decorative edge on it. Okay. I always hold mine upside down so I can see it. Okay. These little itsy bitsy pieces out of here. Alright. So then we're going to glue them on the side. So I'm just going to put a little glue here. Making sure I got my pockets the right way. Because that's important. If I can't stress anything more, it's just important to remember where your pocket pages are and the opening so that you can put it on the right side, whatever side you want it on. Okay. So that, now we will probably put a magnet on this page, and when we start decorating. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's turn this around. Because I'm going to put a closure on that. So probably what we'll do is, see, we got our little gatefold here. Oops, and I measure that up a little bit better. See, another reason I use glue is you got to get your paper straight. Okay, so what I'm going to do is for the gatefold is I'll have something on, glue half of it on this side and have something to cover this up. And I'll put the magnet underneath here and then the other magnet on top of the little whatever I put on there. Okay, so that is one more page done. Now the next page is going to be a little side pocket. And the side pocket is going to be 3 1/2 this way by 6 1/4. And we're going to score it at 1 inch. Not 1 inch, I'm sorry, 1/2 inch. Just like we've done all the rest of them. And I'm going to pull this off. Okay. So make sure we're on the right side. And I'm going to put it on this side here. So all we're going to do is put some glue on there. And line that up. You don't want any page hanging over. And then I'm just going to put a little glue down the sides. So this is going to be kind of like a little flat pocket. Oh, I apologize for being out of... I'm just going to put that down there like that. Okay, then I have the little insert that's 5 3/4 by 8 inches. So this is one of our scraps, an 8-inch, and I cut it, this is 8 inches, and I cut it down to 5 3/4 lengthwise. And this is going to go in here. It's going to serve as another little mat. So that will slide in just like that. So that is another page. And then our last page, we're going to be doing a double flap. And I love this page. Okay. So this page right here, we're cutting down to 3 1/2. So 3 1/2 this way by 6 3/4. I'm going to score it at a 1/2 inch, which makes this 6 1/4 when we get finished with it. And then we're going to put this one right here at the top edge. I'm going to go over here, line it up with the top and the side. Make sure none of it's sticking off. And then open this up. And then we're going to take this one, which is the same measurements, 3.5 by 6 3/4 score at 1/2 inch. Put a little glue. And this one's going to go on the bottom, on this side. Just kind of making a little interesting page here. Make sure it's straight. Whoops. Okay. So then it's going to open up like this and this. But it's a little bit lined over. So what I'm going to do is give it a little border punch. Where's my border punch? Give it a little border punch. To take a little bit of that off. And that makes it close a little bit better. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. So now that all closes down. Lovely. There we go. So that is all our pages. And the only thing we got left to do with the pages now is to put paper and decorate them. So let's take a moment out from that and let's work on the cover and the spine. Okay, to work on our covers. Now I told you in the beginning you're going to need 2 pieces of chipboard that are 6 1/2 by 6 1/2, and 1 piece that is 3 inches by 6 1/2. This is our spine. And to wrap this, I don't have any 12 by 12, so I am going to put together a piece of 2 8.5 by 11s, and that'll give me plenty of space. I'm going to be using my Fabri-Tac on this because I don't want the paper to be wet. And the Fabri-Tac will dry. Okay. And just kind of line that up, measure it out, line it up, make sure we're straight. And you're off just by a millimeter or whatever, it's okay, because it won't really matter. Alright, so then we're going to lay our chipboard. Now when I join 2 pieces of paper, I always put my spine in the middle there. And then we're going to put our chipboard down here. Now you always want to leave a gap with your chipboard because you want to be able to close and open your book. And you won't be able to do that too well if you butt it up together like that. The book just won't open. So we're going to put it there. And I usually use about 1/8 of an inch. And I usually just eyeball it. But if you're not comfortable eyeballing it, what you can do is take a piece of chipboard, a piece of scrap, put it down here like this, and butt it up. And that is the perfect amount of space that you need. So let me show you. Let me just tack down. I like to do the spine first, and that way I can go from there. And again, I'll remind you that you can use score tape for this. I am just currently out of score tape. So I'm just going to kind of line that in the middle, right there, because I want to leave about 1 inch on each side to wrap my cover. So I'm going to put some glue on this side. And just to show you what I mean, we're going to take this piece of chipboard here and put it down there beside it. And then I'm going to line this up with the other. Make sure I'm even on both parts. Okay? And that's leaving you the proper amount of space in between. About 1/8 of an inch. Let's do the other side. Anytime I use a lightweight paper and I'm working with like albums or even junk journals or something, I tend to use my Fabri-Tac just because of the wetness and not being able to wet my papers up and have it wrinkle and stuff like that. So I'm going to, let's see, let's use another piece. Let's put it down right there. And we're going to butt this up. Make sure that's even. Okay, looks perfect. Alright. Now I'm going to turn this over and take my score tool and run over it. Just to make sure it adheres well. Okay? Now before we get started doing this part right here, I am going to take a little bit off the edge. So I just leave about an inch because I don't want to have too much hanging down there. So take a little bit off like that. And maybe take about 1/4 of an inch off of here. Okay. So I'm sure most of you have seen this before, but when I talked to Miss Ian, she said that, you know, people like to see how to use the kits and stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm just massaging the paper right now so that it bends. When I put it, kind of bend it up that way, it'll be used to being bent. So I put the crease in there. Now I'm going to do the sides first. But before I do that, I'm going to cut the corners out. Okay, so you have your corners here. You want to cut these out. I leave just a little bit of space in there. There again, I just take my chipboard and make a little mark. This is an easy way to do it. Take your chipboard and make a little mark and trace a line. That way you know how much you need to leave for space. And you can do that. They make these tools, but I'm not going to buy one. Not when you can do this. Just take your chipboard, stand it up, run your pencil across. Okay. Now what this does, it takes the bulk out of it, but your corners would be covered. So we're just going to cut that out on that line. Make this one a little bit straighter. I didn't do so well. Making that straight. There we go. Okay. Now, I've seen some people do this. If you think your paper might be too short or whatever, you can take the corner that you cut off and glue it down to your chipboard so that it'll be reinforced. I don't really do that, but I have, but just to show somebody how to do it. Okay, so now we're going to go down the middle here. And I think I'm just going to use regular wet glue on this. Now what I do is I put a line of glue right down by the chipboard at the bottom, because I do want to make sure that's glued very well. And then we're just going to put glue on our paper here. And we're going to start in the middle, like so, and work our way out to the edges. Bring it up as tight as you can. And then I take my bone folder and go down in those crevices there. Make sure that is glued. And then press it down. Make sure you got a tight fit there. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Pull this back up. I'm going to put some wet glue down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to glue our sides. Okay. Starting in the middle, I'm going to roll that over and work our way out to the sides. Take our bone folder, go down the middle to make sure that is in there good, and press it down. Okay, seal that down. And then we're going to do the edges here. Oh, sorry. I apologize for the noise. My dogs are having a fit. And before I tuck this in, all I'm going to do is take my little nail right here and tuck this corner in so we don't have such sharp edges. Then I'm going to pull this over. And you see, by cutting it, we got this nice little fit here. And it covers up our corners. Oh, sorry. I know you can't see that. And then all we're going to do is do the inside too, the other side. Put this back under here. Make sure we get the edges good. And then fold that over. Now see, this one I missed just a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to fix it. Remember those corners I was telling you about? I'm just going to take one like that and lay it down. And this is going to be covered up anyway because we're going to put paper over it. But I'm going to go ahead and fix that because it'll bother me. And in case you're wondering, if you're new to my channel and you haven't watched me before, I don't edit out my boo-boos because, you know what? I'm human. Everybody makes them. It's just the way it is. Alright, so now we have all this down. I'm going to go back over with my bone folder, make sure everything is down good. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our little bone folder and work in those creases. And I'm making a line too in the middle so that we can, and I use a piece of chipboard and raise it up like that. Because you don't want your board to crack on you, your paper to crack. Lift it up. So there is our book. It's going to be like a little chunky monkey in there, but I like that. Okay, So that is our book. Now, let's work on the things. I might add another page too, if I have room. So let's work on our hidden hinge thing. So I'm going to cut our hinges down to 6 1/4. So I'm doing an 8 1/2 by 11, 6 1/4. Now, we're going to score it now. And we're going to start by scoring it at 1 inch. Okay? And then we're going to score every 1/2 inch. So it'll be 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3. And let me show you what we're doing every 1/2 inch. Okay, so this is the piece that holds it onto our board. This piece and this piece makes 1 page. Okay? This piece and this piece will make another page. Every 2 1/2 inches is a page. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I may go back and add a different page, another page. So I'm just going to go on and do 1/2 inch marks here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. Let's do 5 pages. And I may add, I'll add another page. And then I'm going to go to 7 inches. Another inch. So, to do this, I'll move the scoreboard away. I may even add more, but I'm not cutting it off right now. Because we have a pretty wide spine. And I didn't really think about that beforehand. Oops. Sorry. My phone is saying plug me in. Okay. So I don't know if you can see these marks or not, but here's the 1 inch piece. We're going to skip that one. We're going to skip this little line here. And then we're going to fold up between these 2 lines. If my fingers can grab it. Okay. So you have your piece right here that fits on to the album. Then you're going to skip this whole line right here. And you're going to pull this one up. So there is a 1/2 inch gap between your 2 pages. And I just fold them flat like that. Then we're going to skip this ditch right here. And we're going to pull this one up. Then we're going to skip this one and pull this one. Yeah, I think I am going to do it. Somewhere I didn't do 5, I did 4. I miscounted. And that's no big deal. I'm going to show you how to fix that. So that's 4, right? So I'm going to put that on the 4. And I'm just going to do another 1/2 inch mark. So we'll be skipping that one and we'll fold up that one. And then 5. So we're going to skip this one right here. And then fold up this one. And that will give us 5 little pieces there. And then when I get through, I'll just cut that off. Now I am bending these over just to give them a little, just for my bone folder, and you'll see why in a minute. And then I'm going to bend them over this way. Basically, I'm breaking down the fibers a little bit so that they will fold easier. Okay, so then we're going to turn this over. Now, we're not going to put any glue. Let me hold this like this so we can see it. We're not going to put any glue on the flat pieces at all. So no glue goes on the flat pieces. Okay. So all we're going to do, now I usually use score tape on this, but there again. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little glue here and glue this one shut. So you're just putting glue in the valley. Wipe off a little bit. Just putting glue in those valleys. We're going to glue that shut. Okay. And turn the next one over and put a little glue in there. And pinch it close. Okay. And then we're going to go to the next one. And pinch it close. And then the next one. And pinch it close. And then the last one, the last couple. Oops. Wrong one. That's all right. I'm going to put glue on the back of that when we glue it down in our spine, but didn't want to do it right this second. Let me just wipe some of that off for right now. Okay. So that is all 5 of our hinges right there. And we're going to put those 5 hinges in the middle of our book. And actually, I think I might could get one more on there. So I may just add one more. Okay, I went ahead and added one more, so we have 6 pages. Now, I have showed you how to do the basic construction of the pages. So I'm going to do 2 more pages on my own, and then we'll come back. But let's glue this in first. So all I'm doing is gluing this down. And you should have about 1 inch to 1.5 inches left over on each side to help with the support the hinges. And then we're going to put paper on top, and that's going to help hold the hinges down. So all we're going to do is eyeball this and make sure our hinges on the inside. And there should be about 1/4 inch on each end. Okay. So I'm going to take my little rounded, if I can find it, my little rounded end of my score tool, and I'm going to go in between the gusset right here, each page, and press down on it. Make sure they are adhered very well. You definitely want to make sure your pages are down good. Okay, there we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hinges here. Now let's take our bone folder again, fold up on that line, find where your line is, and let's score that down. You should probably wait till the glue's dry. I'm not very patient. We're just going to score that to make sure that we can do a bend. And don't press too hard and bust your paper. And then we'll be doing this again too, so we're just going to bend our pages up. So there is our book with our spine on there. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do today, because I just noticed the video is getting a little long, is to glue our inserts in to cover up our chipboard on the inside. And I just did it 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. And we just lay this down next to the score line. Even this out just to cover this up. Okay. And do one on this side. Now, I do have a question for you guys. I hope you answer it for me. As far as decorating, would you like me to come back in my last video be just the finished product with it decorated? Or do you want to see how I decorate the pages? So just let me know about that in the comment. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to head over to Scrapbooking with Me and check out the store and the Facebook group. And don't forget Miss E's YouTube channel. Alright, so this part is finished. All we're going to do is put the pages on. I am going to make 2 more pages. But, you know, the pages go like this. They just hook on like that. We glue them on. Well, find the middle part. Let me just show you real quick. Because I can do this and then I can show you the finished product. They go on that loop like that. Anyway, I can't get it to work right now because I'm in a hurry. But anyway, they slide over the edges, and when you glue them on, you don't go all the way down to the bottom. You stop right here on the top part like this, so that the pages will turn. But we can do that next time. But let me know if you would like to see the next time be completed album and show you the decoration, or would you like to see me put the pages on and decorate it? So drop that down below in the description, in the comment section, and let me know. You can find all the particulars about Scrapbooking with Me in the description box. Alright, thank you for joining me, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.